The Consumer Guarantee Act of 1993 is an important act and one in which protects its customers as it gives them rights, with the ability for consumers to be able to seek repairs, replacements, and refunds to their goods when they are faulty and unable to work, as well as a guarantee applying to all said products and services used by the consumers, which is an act eligible for consumers to use in their defense.
The Consumer Guarantees Act is applicable to consumers buying items, retailers, manufacturers, and service providers selling goods and services to consumers. The CGA only applies when businesses are operating in a commercial environment within New Zealand. It does not apply to private sales or customers who purchase these products or services for business use, unless they buy consumer products.
In regards to the definition of a consumer can be defined as a person who acquires from a supplier goods or services for ordinary use in personal, household, or domestic consumption. Businesses are also able to be consumers as well. However, there is a few rules that they must follow as discussed in the practical consequences section. A consumer differs from a customer as a consumer is the one that actually uses said products or goods, whereas a customer is one that acts in buying or purchasing the goods or services.
The Consumers Guarantees Act ensures that customers receive their products that are acceptable in quality and fit for a particular purpose. The goods must comply with the description as well as the sample or demonstration model. The manufacturer must also provide repair services and spare parts. The manufacturer must honor the express guarantee it has given. Remedies against manufacturers and suppliers are also ensured if goods do not comply with guarantees.
When a consumer is unsatisfied with the goods or services they have received, they have a series of rights. The first and ultimately most important, they have the right to insist a remedy. A remedy can be fulfilled in the form of a seller fixing or replacing the good or service, or simply refunding the consumer. If the seller chooses to fix or amend the good or service and it cannot be put right within a reasonable amount of time, the consumer can reject the product, claim compensation for depreciation of the good or service, cancel the service contract, or have the problem made right elsewhere and recover costs from the retailer.
There are a few criteria that is required in order to contract out of the Consumers Guarantees Act. Firstly, an agreement that the Consumers Guarantees Act does not apply to transaction must be in writing, and the terms must of course be fair and reasonable. Consumers Guarantees Act will still be in effect if the agreement is done verbally. Also, both parties must be in trade.
As stated previously, businesses are also consumers. However, as a consequence, the Consumer Guarantee Act will not apply when purchasing of these three specific scenarios. 1. If the goods and services are able to be resupplied when in trade. 2. When the goods or services are consumed in the course of production or manufacture. Or 3. If the goods and services are used to repair other goods or fixtures on the land. The businesses are only able to rely on the Act if something goes wrong with the goods or service, and the Consumer Guarantee Act will also not apply when businesses are in dealings with other businesses and have some sort of agreement that they both opt out of the Consumer Guarantee Act.